We look at regulatory, and then we have to look at how patients will get the new technology. So how do we have harmony and flow, and at the same time, something individual, something original? I'm an originator at VCLS, so hopefully I'm there to provide a little creative or different perspective, so keeping your mind open and your eyes open and having clear sight and vision